It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I had the privilege of interviewing the Freddie Hardeman's head softball coach, Coach Todd Humphry. How are you doing today?
Doing well, Brandon. Nice to meet you.
Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to get started in coaching in college softball?
Well, I started wanting to coach in high school. I had a great high school coach that I admired and was kind of my role model. And so I went to college with the idea of coaching, period, wherever I was going to be working at. I was going to be a school teacher. And I wanted to teach school and coach. And at the time, I was thinking more baseball because I was a baseball player. And then softball came as an option later on down the road. And so, 25 years later, I'm still going. So,
What was that experience like for you getting to play collegiate baseball and going to college and playing?
baseball was part of my life. I guess from age 5, growing up, I started playing baseball to where, that's all I knew was baseball. In our little small town in Arkansas, that was the sport to play. And then when I got the chance to go to play in college, uh, receiving that opportunity and playing, meeting new teammates at a different level, it was awesome. I remember the day that the coach handed out hats. We talk about, t-shirts and jerseys and stuff. I think my favorite thing to get that first week of my freshman year was a hat because I could wear that hat anywhere I wanted to wear, and everybody would know that I was a baseball player. And so that was special to me.
What were some of your biggest accomplishments as a baseball player?
Probably not. I'll say accomplishments. I was happy. In high school, I was a pretty good ball player in high school. I'd won conference championships and things like that, and draw a travel ball, which was American Legion at that time when during the 70s and 80s. But I am an older guy, so back then we didn't have the travel ball we have today. But I didn't do a lot of things as far as pitcher of the year or anything like that. But just being a part of a college team, wearing that jersey, wearing that name on your chest was special. I did that for a couple of years, and then I changed avenues.
Going to Hardin Academy, what was that like being the assistant baseball coach and head volleyball coach?
Well, I went there to be the head volleyball coach. I had a reputation of coaching volleyball in college as well. I had a pretty good record in volleyball at Harding University, and I got the job at coaching volleyball in college, and then got the volleyball job at Harding Academy, and it had a really good program. We had a really good program there, and won the state championship in 1992. Went to the state championship almost every year while I was there. But if you know much about coaching high school ball, you look for other avenues to pick up a little extra money, a little job stuff. And so they offered me the assistant softball coaching position there as a stipend, I guess, just because I had played baseball and I knew how to swing a bat and field a ground ball and things like that. So that was my introduction to softball, was being an assistant there. I don't want to bash baseball, but I kind of like softball better than I do baseball now. And so it's just a lot faster game and a lot quicker. We can throw about 3 pitches to baseball's one, and so the pace of the game and stuff is just more exciting to me.
Coming to Fred Hardeman, what was that experience like first being the head volleyball coach and the softball coach?
I was hired to be the volleyball coach here as well and teach a couple of classes. And then the job came open to coach volleyball and softball since I had the experience and no teaching. Well, I like to be a teacher. I loved being a teacher in high school, but for me to just be able to coach was a inviting opportunity. but I did not realize what I was getting myself into when you have to coach sports year round, in different sports, different recruiting, different practices, different travel. There's no off season as much as people may say so. I enjoyed it. I did it for 20 years. I coached both sports for 20 years and with no assistant coach. And I really enjoyed it. Looking back, I really don't know how I did it. The time, I'm thankful that I had a supportive family and a supportive wife because I was never home. So I was always either in the gymnasium or on the ball field somewhere or on the road traveling. And so looking back after all this time doing both sports for 20 years, now I enjoyed it. I had some great players, great memories, great experiences, and I wouldn't change a thing. But it was awesome. It was awesome.
What was that experience like, as you said, balancing being both the head volleyball and the softball coach at that time?
It's all about time management. If you know me, and maybe some people do know me that's listening to this, I am kind of a time junkie. I try not to waste any time during the day. And if I tell you I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock, I'm going to be there at 1 o'clock. And, just like we're supposed to start this morning at a certain time, I was early because I don't like to be late for anything. So I guess time management and discipline with coaching those two sports, just kind of a balancing act, trying to make sure you give both teams the opportunity to be taught, to be coached, to get the experience they need to be a college athlete. And so I like to be organized. You wouldn't think it by looking at my office, but I do like to be organized, and I like to have things go a certain way. I guess I'm old school.
For you, what was that feeling like stepping onto that softball field for the first time as a head coach?
You know, Coaching in college and coaching in high school are two different things, and the level of play is by far the biggest thing that I experienced. Coaching softball. Again, I'm an older gentleman, so I like the dirt and the grass, and I like to get out there and work on the field and get it to where it looks like a ball field, a baseball field, or a softball field. So I enjoy being outside. I enjoy outdoor sports a lot more than what I thought it would. I don't enjoy rainouts. I don't enjoy the cold weather, but I do enjoy coaching softball underneath the lights. We have lights here at Freed Hardeman, and I enjoy when we can schedule games later in the afternoon so we can play underneath the lights. The home field experience with all the fans and the lights, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Of course, coming in, what was that process like rebuilding the softball program?
We had to rebuild. That's why I got the opportunity to coach softball, because we had a change in coaching and change in teams back in 2000. And I guess in hindsight, it was probably pretty cool because I got to do my own thing. I didn't have to come in and work under a former coach or a former team atmosphere, so I could kind of do my own thing and design what I wanted to coach. So setting kind of the goal of putting a competitive team on the field each day, and we've had pretty good success with that. It's pretty cool learning how to recruit. I knew how to recruit volleyball players, but recruiting softball players was a little bit different because the seasons and everything, getting out to watch everybody play. So, but I wouldn't change a thing. It was awesome. I still remember the first recruit that I ever signed to come here at Freed Hardeman, and I still stay in contact with that young lady every day.
What does a typical game day look like for you as a coach versus for your players?
Well, for me, we've prepared for that game day ahead of time. We've looked at stats and film, and we've kind of prepared our pitchers for that weekend series or that game day. Most of the time, for me, I go out and get the ball field ready in the mornings. I get everything looking where we need it to be and ready for play, and then I like to come in and give me a nice meal and kind of relax a little bit before I step on the field. I know once I step on the field, I'm going to be out there for about 5 hours and playing. Every game we play is a doubleheader, so 5 hours on a ball field without any kind of a downtime is intense. And so But for me, I like to get everything done early in the morning, like right now, and do some things when it's cool. And I come back into my office and I find something to do to relax. I very seldom look back over stats and stuff on game days because I've already, tried to prepare for that previous days. Um, but downtime, relaxed time right before, I have a great assistant coach and she takes care of the girls. The girls will go to class. We try to get to the ball field 2 hours prior to our first pitch. Hopefully they're being prepared a few days in advance to where, there's no surprises. Of course, every day is different. Some days you have rain and we have to do things to get the ball field ready. But on a typical day, we hope we've done enough prep time. So game day is play ball and do your job.
Can you talk about, of course, the culture that you started to build for the program?
Yeah, one thing that I like is someone to be all in, and so we came up with the kind of culture we wanted to be is one that is committed, someone who's committed to our program, and not only to our program. So it's kind of a three-tier thing. We're committed to God, committed to school, committed to team, and so I want kids out here in the indoor facility working out and on the ball field working out that's committed to being the best person they can be. They're going to be the one who's going to do right and not act up and do what God asked them to do or has them to do. And then we want people who will represent Freed Hardeman to the best of their ability and people will know where we go to school. And then, it's the number three, but it's not the least important. It's just in the way it came out. Was we want people who want to be here, committed to being the best ball player, work hard every day, and it's a struggle, every day to come out here and be that person every day because every day is different.
Who are some of the teams in your conference that you compete against?
Well, we'll open up this next weekend with the University of Cumberland out of Williamsburg, Kentucky. Now, Williamsburg, Kentucky is about 7 hours from here. And University of Cumberland is a very strong program. They've gone to the national tournament. Matter of fact, they were in the World Series last year. They do a great job. Coach Dillender does a great job over there. And we'll open up with them at their place for conference season. I think they're probably number 8 in the nation right now. And so it'll be a tough series. Campbellsville is always tough. Coach Shannon up there does a great job in Campbellsville, Kentucky. And so those two schools have been at the top of the league the last few years. And so for us, great for us that Campbellsville comes to our place this year and we'll get a chance to play them on our home turf. So
what is that home game atmosphere like when teams like UC Cumberland comes to home versus going to Campbellsville?
Well, if you ever get a chance, I would love for you to come watch us play here at home. We have a great ballpark, Tucker Field at Morgan Stadium. So Tucker Field is one of the nicer ball fields you'll see in the league and in this area. Matter of fact, I can look across and see that we were Field of the Year 3 years ago. We got an award at the convention for having the best softball field in the NAIA that year. But we've had a lot of help with people donating money so we can build things and improve our facilities. But I think the thing that makes it the most special is the fans. If you ever see us on the road or at home, we just got back from Gulf Shores last night, and probably I didn't do a head count, but probably had 30 or more parents and fans, people who don't even have kids on the team. They're there to watch and support us. So our stands are full. There's a great atmosphere of excitement, and we have a great following. We went to Orlando 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and we had more fans than they did at that time. We had 40 plus fans had made the 13-hour drive to Orlando to watch us play. So when they load up Tucker Field there in Morgan Stadium, we have a great fan support. And so that's why I love playing at home. I tell the girls enjoy it. They're all here to watch you perform. Let your God-given talents show and show out a little bit.
What does that recruitment process look like for those prospective student athletes, and as head coach, what do you look at in them?
Freed Hardeman being a private school, we have some things that we have to find the right person for the right school. you got to want to come to a private school and abide by the rules, because we do have rules, and that's okay. We want people who want to be here, like I said, about committed. There've been players in the past who come here and it just didn't work out for them, and that's too bad. But it's better they find out and not waste their education and stuff here. They want to find. College is a place you got to find that fits you. You know, uh, you can go to a college and try to get your education, because at some point you do have to become an adult and get that big person job, and make the money. But for us recruiting, we're trying to get those young athletes. We'd like to get local athletes because of the fan base and the fan support. But we try to go out and watch them play, and if they're close within 2 or 3 hours, we like to get them on campus and let them come here and see what we have to offer. We feel like we have a lot of things to offer. Our education program is one of the top programs in the area. Our Bible department, our business degree, nursing. I have 3 nursing students on my team right now. So we have a lot to offer here. Besides softball, we have a lot of things that can help that person make it to the next level.
What is that like, getting to see them fall in love with the softball facility?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of high school programs that have good facilities, but some are not as fortunate. So when they step on a college campus on a collegiate field, it's special. That's why we try to make it special. We built this indoor facility that I'm sitting in right now about 5 years ago, and it's very nice. It's very comfortable. And a lot of schools don't have locker rooms and things like that. We're very blessed. So our girls could probably live here if they needed to, because it's so comfortable. And that's what we want. We want something that people would like to be a part of and enjoy that atmosphere of being on a college campus, college facility, a college field, and playing with some great college kids.
As a head coach, what is it like seeing those freshmen put on that uniform for the first time, representing freedom?
Well, it's different for every person, because some freshmen come in and they're ready to play, and then some freshmen come in, they're scared to death, and so I think the most satisfying thing is watching those young people come in, young ladies come in, and see them grow. They get that first at bat, or that first pitch, or that first ground ball, and you can see the nerves kind of relax a little bit, and so. I'm sure they're all nervous. I mean, I remember my first time I pitched in college, my freshman year, how nervous I was. And so I know they are too. And I try to take that in consideration. You have some that come in and they've played a lot of competitive ball, and they're ready to step on the college field and do the job. And you have some that it takes a semester or so to kind of relax and to enjoy being a college athlete. But we do love the girls walking in their locker room and seeing their locker full of jerseys and T-shirts and visors and things like that. And we have to continually tell them, hey, some of the stuff you can take to your dorm room, some of the stuff stays here in the facility, because they want to wear it out and show everybody they're part of the team.
As a head coach, what is it like seeing those freshmen achieve those first big milestones, like first home runs, first hits, first pitch?
Oh, it's special. I wish I'd have done a better job earlier in my career of making note of those. The first hit. Sometimes I'm able to get the game ball and write on there first collegiate hit and who it's against and the score and stuff. That first college win as a pitcher. I wish that we learned. I've been coaching 37, 38 years right now, and I don't ever think that I know everything there is about coaching. I'm learning every day, just like these young ladies are learning. And I wish I'd have done some of the things differently that I've picked up over the years from other coaches and other programs. And that's probably one thing that I regret, that I wish I had done better, was to make note of those milestones of people getting that, first win, so many saves or whatever the case their milestone is. Probably should have done a little bit better job of that. But we do keep up with some records and things like that on our website that people have come here and made their mark. And so we're proud of that.
How is it like, as a head coach, getting to see those singers putting on that jersey for the last time, representing Fred?
Oh, those days are very emotional. You you have a bond. I tell the girls I love them all. If I didn't care for them, they wouldn't be here playing ball for me. Because we spend so much time with each other, and you make those relationships on and off the field. We just got back, like I said, from Gulf Shores, and you spend 3 or 4 days on the bus, hotel, Airbnb, restaurants, and you get to know these young ladies outside of softball. So when it's their last time to put on that uniform and move on to, like I said, the big girl job, uh, it's emotional for me. I'm a big guy and everything, but I do tear up and I do get emotional, you create a bond. And like I said, I still stay close to a lot of my alumni that come back from time to time and watch. And for the most part, I can remember probably 90% of the times that we did the signing, their first at bat. I can remember a lot of those things, even though after all these years. So,
What is that like getting to see them achieve those last big milestones, like last home runs, last 1,000 careers?
oh, it's special. It's special. It doesn't have to be the last. It could be the first. It could be, scoring a run on their birthday, scoring a run or doing a big hit right when their grandparents are there to watch them. Sometimes parents or grandparents can only come see them play at certain games and stuff. And so you can see they have a little bit extra pep in their step a little bit when they have family members there, and it's special. My mom and dad were very supportive of me, and they traveled everywhere I played, and so I know how special it is to have family members there and to watch me play, and I know how it is for them to have their family there, boyfriends there, whatever. So it's special, and we try to make note of that as well.
What is that like getting to see them going on and playing professional softball, whether it's Athletes Unlimited or overseas or getting into coaching?
Well, I think probably what I could talk to most would be going into coaching. I have probably, I don't know, over the years, I've had several girls who've gone on and coached high school ball or travel ball. Uh, I have one here locally that coaches high school ball that I'm so proud of their accomplishments when I get that first win. Now that we have social media is so big right now. And when I see these pictures of them out there coaching their team, and I can hopefully I did a good job or a good enough job that they feel comfortable passing on that knowledge and stuff that they learned here at Freed Hardeman. Um, you know, it's special to me that they chose that avenue of what they want to do, coaching, because that's how I got started as well.
Of course, what are some of your future plans for the program, and what have been some things you've been able to accomplish so far?
Well, we strive every year to improve facilities, travel. We travel really well. We went to Oklahoma this year. Uh, we'll go to Columbus, Mississippi next year for a big tournament. So we like to go to different places and play different competitions. As far as the facilities, we're in the process of building a weight room onto our current facility. We've got a great weight program now with Coach Langford, and we want to improve our facility for that. We've kind of tinkered with the idea of maybe adding turf to our field. As much as I'm a grass and dirt guy, as wet as we get here in Tennessee and the weather, I would not mind adding turf to our facility so we can get outside and practice and play more. But I guess the biggest thing is we strive to get more competitive every year, bring those athletes who are ready to come in and play their freshman year and make us a better program.
What advice would you give those incoming freshmen entering their first year of college softball?
Be coachable. Be coachable. I've had kids who've come in and they are yes sir, no sir. They're ready to go and they jump in. They're swinging hard and they're running fast and they're doing everything the coach asked. And you have some that come in, they're kind of nervous and shy and they get kind of, I'll say, pushed to the side a little bit, but they get kind of left behind. I think as a freshman athlete, enjoy the moment, enjoy the opportunity to jump out there and go 100 miles an hour and do your best, work hard. I have kids that come down here from time to time during the day and uh, do things outside of practice. We have them for a couple hours a day, but they can do things on their own outside of practice that makes them a better ball player. And coaches notice that. The people who work outside of practice, we take note of that. So I think those people need to come in and just strive to do everything they can and enjoy it. Don't be nervous. Don't be scared. You're here for a reason. We brought you here for a reason, and that reason is because we want you here to make us a better ball program.
What advice would you give those college juniors transitioning into their senior year role?
Enjoy it, make memories. You know, there are opportunities for people to play after college, but a lot of those kids don't get that opportunity to go into, like I said earlier, nursing, the job market. They get married, whatever the case, their lives change. Sometimes they put on those shoes for the last time. They lace them up, and I get emails and texts all the time about, man, I sure missed it, coach. I sure miss it. And I'm happy about that, but I'm also sad because I hope they had a great experience, a great time. And that senior year, that's the last time for some of them. They need to come in and just soak it all in, make memories, take pictures, and enjoy the ride.
What advice would you give those seniors that have aspirations of playing professionally, whether it's Athletes Unlimited or overseas?
We've had some who've sought out programs like that. For me, there's a lot of things that you can do as an athlete, but a lot of times it's who making yourself known, reaching out to those people who have the contacts to get you seen. And so that would be one of the things I would advise. Get your name out there. You're a college athlete or former college athlete, so you can play competitive ball. But I think it's getting out there, getting your name out there for people to realize. I get emails from time to time from people who are interested in contacting some of my seniors, about the opportunity to play at the next level.
What advice would you give those players looking to get started into their coaching career?
Go for it. I mean, that's what every opportunity. Like I said, I was not going to college. I did not go to college, and I did not get that first coaching job to be a softball coach. I took the opportunity when someone asked me if I would mind helping out the softball program. I said, sure, I can do it. And man, I'm so happy I did. Like I told you earlier, I really enjoy softball, probably a little bit better than baseball right now, just because of the pace of play and the atmosphere that we can create on a smaller field as opposed to a larger baseball field. So take advantage of any opportunity you get to step on the field and help out from a manager, from a graduate assistant. That's how I got started as a graduate assistant back in college at Harding. And so, people will ask for help, and you jump in there, and you can even offer to help. And once you get your feet wet a little bit, those doors open. Like I said, I never planned to be a softball coach, but I'm so thankful I took the opportunity to be assistant coach at Harding, and then head coach at Kirby, to where I could to have this opportunity to be head softball coach at Hardeman.
What advice would you give those coaches out there looking to become head coaches and build their own programs?
To be head coaches of their own programs? Mm-hmm. Just I think longevity. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight. We've had coaches at many levels here at Hardeman and at different schools where the head coach decides to take a different avenue, and it just opens a door for those assistant coaches who have been longtime assistants, longtime workers, people who have a good reputation, good understanding of the game, good work habits. So, one day when it's time for me to retire and step aside, I'm hoping that, there'll be someone ready to step into my place that I know and I've worked with, and I know they have the same values and goals for my program that I've been coaching for so long. We try to put ourselves in contact with good people to where the program will continue to be successful and get better. But I think those people who want to be head coaches in college and stuff, you do your time. I think being assistant coach first is always the best step. I think learning under a head coach is the best step to be a head coach, because sometimes when you are given the opportunity to be the head coach first, you're kind of behind. You're not having anyone to learn from and to go by. So I think, that was what's good for me. I was assistant coach first before I got the head coaching job. So I knew kind of what I wanted to do with that program once I had the opportunity to be a head coach. And so I think one of the most important jobs is the assistant coach, because they are in that learning mode to what they want to do when they become a head coach.
That's great. Where can my listeners find you on social media along with the program at?
Well, we do have, our website has all of my contact information. We have a Facebook group as far as our softball family. We have Instagram, we have Twitter or X. Sorry. There are different ways to find FHU softball, Lady Line softball. So we have all the platforms. Coach Hetlin Langford does a great job of posting all of our updates and things like that for our season. So I think first thing I would do is go to our website at gofhulions.com, and you can find out more about our program, more about me, more about Coach Langford, and then also it should have our links on there for Instagram and Facebook as well.
Thank you again, Coach Todd Humphry, for your interview, and best luck in your future at Freedom Hardeman as the head softball coach.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach, for your interview, and best luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.